you, girl. I fell in love and walked into the sea where I met a new one. Under the sea of the stars and light, I met another one. And then they took me to the shadows and showed me a show. Oh, it was called Items of Interest, Points and Propaganda. Points and Propaganda. I heard it was number 56. I wouldn't tell your mother, but I think it's gonna be sick. Points and propaganda and the items of interest are here for you. Are you ready to go down to the murky waters and find a town with items of interest, points and propaganda? Points and propaganda!
I felt like I was reborn. It was good. I feel good. This thing is so funny. I love playing this thing. This fucking stuff.
I don't know. I just showed up my taxi.
I love it. Why are you over there? Why are you far to the left?
I don't know. I just gotta.
Mister, can you move your chair over to the right a little bit? My right? Thank you. Okay.
I gotta let it warm up, you know.
Yeah. Okay. This is good. This is good.
Yeah. Well.
It's really hot. What happened?
Well, there we go.
There
It's warming up.
Yeah.
The thing is I got an old Marshall.
Right.
And it's got tubes, and I have to warm up. But
Yeah.
that's the best kind. It
Right.
delivers quality. It's like an old TV, though. You gotta let that bitch warm up.
Right. Right.
Anyway, I didn't know if you heard, but I got a show.
Mhm.
It's called Items of Interest, Points and Propaganda.
Yes, we've been.
Have you heard about it?
Did I hear about it?
I don't know, man. It's something new. I just didn't know if you
I
know
can't
about
answer these things. I think I'm unstable. I really think
Welcome
I'm
to the club,
unstable.
sister. It's
But
called
you know,
society.
yeah, but I'm pretty harmless for the most part. Do you want to know my ultimate move in a fight? This is my ultimate move. When I see two people fighting, this is what happens. I go limp like one of those goats. You know those goats that go limp and they fall?
Yeah.
And they drop.
Isn't that a special type of goat that when
They do
get
that.
nervous or scared, they just
And they look
pass
dead.
out?
They go rigid.
Yeah.
And they pass out. That's what I do when I see two people fight. And then, but you know why I do that? To divert their attention. Because if they see somebody fall, doesn't it confuse them? They're like, wait a minute. Why are we doing this? Somebody just fell now.
It is
Scary.
very scary. You took the words right out of my mouth. You know what also is scary?
Butts?
In 5 years, a lizard man will be fucking your mother, and you'll have to call him dad.
No! No! You get this devilry out of here.
No.
Get it out.
I read it in the New York Post. It's coming to town.
Curse you! Curse you! Don't you dare bring this devilry upon my mother. How dare you?
This summer they are bringing sex back, brainwashing. Also, there is new kinds of Skittles
That's my focus.
By the way,
I wanna know.
I
How do you put yogurt in a Skittle?
by the way, I want you to know that you're not cursed, but the yogurt Skittles have to go.
I saw a glimpse of it, but I never saw a pack of them. And everything went to the side. I said, I
think
want to
it's-
know what yogurt tastes like in a Skittle.
In a Skittle?
No, I
Or
swear, I saw
does it?
where they had yogurt Skittles, and I lost my mind.
Oh, them? Well,
But I never actually saw one. But I
oh,
saw, a
you
thing for
mean
'em.
the yogurt covered Skittles?
That's
Not.
a good point. Maybe that was what. But
Is it the yogurt?
I lost my mind, and that's all I could focus on. I said,
Wow.
I want to eat one of those, and I never saw any. But I heard about them.
I did try them once. I did.
Why didn't you share?
I did! And you never ate them! Because you said, you know what she said when you look over at me? You said, I don't do yogurt. I don't do yogurt.
No,
you
man,
sound
that
like
sounds exactly
you're like
right.
even
No,
your
I won't
yeah.
even argue that. That sounds exactly like what I would say.
And then you're like, you do you, baby. Like you're just like
That sounds
yeah,
right.
like you're
Never mind.
like you're a black
So I
lady.
missed out.
You talk to me like a black lady sometimes. You're like, you do you, baby. I don't do that yogurt. And I thought you do.
No, that's right.
I don't know why you talk to me like a black lady, but it's awesome.
I don't. Man, I don't.
It's funny.
I swear to God, that's all I've been.
I
about. But
know.
it just-
I know. I don't do
But-
yogurt.
That's exactly how I
You do
say.
you, baby. That's
Oh,
a joke.
man,
You
these
talk like
intimate
that.
moments are astounding. So what have you been up to lately, girl?
You're funny. And you're like, I can relate.
I can,
I can relate.
I can relate.
I can relate. You do you, baby.
You do you,
Yeah,
baby. I
like,
get it.
yeah.
You know, I don't
Okay.
understand it, but you do you, baby.
I love it.
I just want you to know, you always the star of my eye.
Oh.
But don't you be fucking
Yeah.
staying out too late.
Yeah, well, no, you got a good point.
But just, they said, anything after 12, I'm gonna get suspicious.
That's that devilry. That's that
That's
devilry.
when, man, like my grandfather said, anything after 12, there ain't nothing but a devil out there. You better
Yeah.
get your ass
Scary.
home, or I'll come find you.
I'll come find
And
it. Or
that's real shit, and you get an ass whooping, man, you get an ass whooping like you never saw before.
or that guy. He's out there. You know that guy behind you, the Iranian?
I thought you was talking about
Look at
one of these peeping
the
Toms
look
that
at
we
the
discovered.
Iranian guy. Look at him.
Look at him, he got a bitch and everything.
He's out. He's out past midnight.
Get your ass home to Iran with that white bitch. I told you, won't you stay out past 12 with these G.I. Joes and shit out here. You got chicken foot. You got,
Chicken
you got,
foot?
You got a band saying butthole. What you in the
Look
gay
at that
club,
guy.
son? You in the gay club? Get your ass home.
What about the guy in the coffin? Did you see that?
That is a real picture from
Yes,
the
it is.
1800s. I got this guy that had his old photographs from the 1800s, and I'm fascinated with them.
By the way,
I'm into old photographs.
by the way, you look really attractive.
Oh man.
You do. You look really nice.
Man, I had a rough night, man. I had sinus, and like my sinuses were messed up. I had a headache. That's why we were late with the show.
Yeah.
But man, I'm glad to feel better. But I just hate getting sick like that. Like
Yeah.
you can't breathe.
I hate it.
And you go get sinus medicine, and you just can't go to the store and get shit no more because half the time they don't have it no more. So it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
So I said, fuck it,
but-
I'll get drunk and go to sleep.
I have one question
Mm-hmm.
before we get into our content, which we've barely even gotten into this.
It's a
But it's
special
fun.
episode.
But it's
It's
fun.
the
But
big 56.
I like-
I keep adding the
I
word
feel
big,
good about it
feels
though. But the
good,
thing
yeah.
is, isn't that funny when you wake up and only one nostril feels like it's clogged up?
It's terrible. I can't.
Only one? But what if you
But,
woke
I
up
mean-
with both?
But both of them,
Wouldn't
there
she
was
die?
like one small hole.
Yeah,
and, I was
but-
like, and I was like, I hate my life.
Wouldn't you
That
die?
is horrible.
Right.
And you got this sharp pain running from this tooth all the way. It's like a big
Oh, man.
nail running through your head.
Yeah.
And you just want, there's nothing you can do but get drunk and
Yeah,
pass out.
yeah.
It's my only medicine I have ever found
Yeah.
because it's a pain you can't stop. But the thing is that the medicine that usually works, I couldn't find it because
Aw.
we don't miss out.
Right.
Because I found this one that works for me. It's Advil Sinus.
Right.
You don't have, because I can't take Benadryl because I become psychotic and want to murder
I
people.
know.
I mean,
You turn into
I cannot have Benadryl.
a viper.
I'm not supposed to drink caffeine. I get
You turn
crazy.
into a viper.
But there's things I just can't have because I don't know, something about me. It fucking triggers.
Can I ask you a question
Yeah.
before you move on? I have this written. What if you woke up as an 8-year-old tomorrow and everything that you lived up until now is gone? What would you think of that? That's creepy. I had that thought one day. What would you do? You wake up tomorrow as 8 years old, like, and this never even happened.
Not surprised.
Not surprised. So, like, would you say you've had dreams that were like that? Where you lived a life and you woke up?
So many. So many.
I have too.
But, I don't talk about my dreams.
I know. You don't have to. No.
I can't talk about it.
But, no, you don't have to. But what I was saying is that's cool that you're not surprised about that. Because a lot of people, they'd go insane. They'd lose their fucking mind over that?
No. I mean, if you went insane, you'd still be an 8-year-old baby and you'd grow up insane.
Yeah.
So, I don't see the difference from any other person.
Yeah.
Because what's insane?
Yeah, because
Really?
Isn't this all insane
No,
then?
if you go around and just actually look at everybody's idea of what life is, what is truly insane?
I know.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Isn't this all kind of funny? And
that's why
yeah.
I love the humor of it all.
Right. And that's why...
It's a tragic comedy, as Shakespeare would say.
And that's why your house looks like this, because you've got
I
all these wild... I know.
It keeps me busy. I have to stay busy all
You
the
got
time.
wild stuff.
I mean, even though I don't do what everybody else does, I constantly have to be busy.
You have,
Because,
like...
I don't like to sit around and...
Me
because
neither.
If I'm idle, I get in trouble.
Right, and I get really nervous when I'm not doing something. I get really nervous.
That one's for you.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. We know who you are.
Come on, man.
We know.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
If you could share a cell with anyone who has been locked up in the past 50 years, who would it be?
In the past 50 years?
Who would it be?
I'm not sure if I want to answer that, even though I have an answer for
No, I
that.
got an answer.
I don't want to. I'm not even sure.
Whitey
I wanna answer.
Bulger.
Would be mine.
Oh my God! I don't even want to answer this right now, and I have an
I know
answer.
who it is.
You know who it is. It starts with an R.
I know who.
You know who it is.
You would be in the cell with that motherfucker.
I got along with him, and here's the thing: he'd probably eat me.
Yeah.
He'd probably eat me.
But
Freaky shit would go
I
on.
think, man,
but-
Whitey Bulger
but
would
the
be
thing
a
is-
cool dude to
yeah.
just share a cell
I
with.
think
I'd be like, man.
It would be smarter. It would be
But
smarter.
he was crazy as fuck. But
Yeah.
I mean, he was. I don't think he would just.
No, I mean,
might watch
right.
my P's and Q's a little bit, but I'd be like, hey, old man, I'll listen. I'm
But
gonna learn
right,
from you,
but you're
don't
not
be trying
gonna
no funny
right.
stuff, 'cause
You're
I'll
not gonna
kick you in
wake
the ankle,
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, but the risk
Old brittle
of
bone ass motherfucker.
the risk of me waking up with like a dick in my butt is real, and I'm
Yes, it
scared.
is.
That's scary.
It'll be a little worse than that.
It's really
I
scary.
mean, you're in the
Right.
cage with an animal.
Because then he could be because there's other things.
You're actually
like,
gonna be.
it's
That's
bad.
the one you pick. Yeah,
It's
that's
the
a
one I
death
picked,
sentence.
but it is. It's a death sentence, but at the same time, you gotta understand, we had a soul connection. I might become dinner.
I'm not gonna say his name,
Don't say his name.
but the fact that you would be locked up.
Don't
Are
you say his
fucking serious
name.
right now? You would seriously look me in the eye and say, if that was your choice, that's the one you'd make.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's really scary. You know
Oh,
who
no.
my other choice would be if you were locked up? It would be you in the past 50
But they
years.
can't catch me.
But yeah.
No,
you.
I'm just kidding. No, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing, man. I'm a good
Right.
boy. Man, yeah.
And but that's part of my charm. I'm self-sacrificing.
Ah, that's wild. I
Baby,
can't-
come
I can't.
on.
Baby, come on.
Come on.
This
Isn't it
motherfucker.
hot?
Nah.
I wake up
Remember,
missing a
that's
liver.
what it- that's-
I'm missing a
let that-
liver.
All right, you go. Let that dream fly,
Okay.
man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Remember those old freak shows that would roll through town with carnies and gypsy peoples? You remember? Did you
Yeah.
ever see those?
Yes. Yes, I did. They are wily. They're
They
wily.
are the worst.
They are.
I don't go nowhere near them.
No.
Peasants.
Oh man, the
Nah.
thing, yeah.
The old story was my grandfather said, "Why don't you just go and run away with the circus?" And I used to think that was so funny. He said, "Well, if you don't want to do that, why don't you just join the rest of them and run away with the circus next time?" It was a thing he would say. It was so fucking funny because that was his attitude. Like,
Right.
He'd listen to you complaining because you're a kid. He said, "Well, next time the circus comes in town, why don't you just go with the
Yeah,
rest
why
of
don't you-
the dirty
right.
carnies and gypsies that joined the circus?" And he said, "I did for 5 years." And no, he would tell me. He said,
Yeah.
"I did it." And he would tell me how many years he was in the circus, and he would tell me these stories. But what I didn't realize until later is he's talking about World War II.
Yeah.
But he called it the circus.
Oh yeah.
And he was telling it as and as a kid he would tell and he would talk about the circus.
Mhm. And
But that motherfucker flipped one day, and
yeah.
he said, "Have you ever woken up and see all your friends' tongues cut,
Oh,
throats cut with the tongue pulled out?"
right.
And I just stared at him, and then he just went back to regular. But it was like a moment there. I said, "I've never heard nothing."
Wow.
He just said it out of nowhere, and I said, "No, no." I remember. I won't never forget when he said that.
Yeah.
And it was just for a second, and then we never talked about it again.
Yeah. My, oh my.
But he always made it a comedy.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the only way. I mean, I think that's the only way you can cope. Sometimes that's the only way you can even cope with that kind of crazy
My
shit.
facial hair game is weak, son. I can't grow facial hair.
Yeah, but can I tell
Does
you?
it look good?
It does. Can I tell you, the facial hair you do have has so
It's
much
months.
character.
It's months of work. Like it just
You-
it takes
It,
months.
it
to
has
get
so
there.
much character. I mean, I don't think you even need a lot of facial hair. The way that it grows in, it adds character. And you look like a dragon sometimes. And I like it. And I think, what lends to the dragon image is your eyebrows. It's really your eyebrows because the way they're shaped, you always look angry, but you're not.
No, I,
You know those people who look
the thing
angry,
is-
but they're
the
not?
thing is, I
Yeah.
think I still have. I don't know if it's ADD or something, but I think a lot about
Right.
a lot of things at once, and
Yeah.
it's tense.
Can I ask you something? This is another thing I had written.
Oh,
so-
yeah, bring it to me.
Can I tell you why I want to? One reason why I want to come back as a bird if I died and became reborn. So I want to come back as a bird. One, because they're very passionate. It's like they kind of command attention. That's why I like how they're loud, like this guy, Sanford. It's funny because when he does his power flaps and he starts screeching, don't we stop for him? We always stop
And
for
we
him.
get- and we applaud him.
And then I love it.
No, the thing, we always
And then he
clap.
bobs his head when
Yeah,
we clap.
give him a big
Oh my
applause.
God, I love him.
We stop everything and let him finish.
That's
and then we-
powerful.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love to watch
yeah.
the bird dance.
So that's one reason, but the other reason I want to come back as a bird is this. And it's going to be really vain. So let me tell, and I'm not very vain that often, but here's the reason. You notice how in the animal kingdom, male birds tend to be more attractive than the females? That means I have the potential to have a handsome husband even though I'm ugly. I love it. I know, but I know I'm not ugly, but I'm just saying if I was ugly, I could still have a handsome husband. So that I love that idea. Birds are fascinating. I love it. And he'll be my trophy. And I'll be like, look at him. Gosh. Look at his hairdo. He's the most attractive, and he likes me.
He's not supposed to eat Laffy Taffy, but he's eating it anyway.
He
And
likes
he's a
me,
rebel
even
at
though-
all costs. I
yeah.
eat Laffy Taffy. My dentist
And
told
I'm
me,
ugly.
so whatever you do, don't
Yeah.
ever eat no taffy. Wait, I got a now layer in my mouth, bitch. Bang! My favorite flavor, banana.
Yeah.
Man, you can't tell me shit.
Can't do shit. Those are good though.
Oh, yeah, bananas are best. I'm sorry, this is a bad production.
Didn't they have a watermelon?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can get any flavor, man.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm gonna set that right there for now.
You sit there
I'll
right
come
there.
back for you later.
Right.
That's real talk.
Real talk.
I got this thing I wrote.
Mhm.
I mean, you got anything? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to take up all that.
yeah.
Let's hear something else. From
So do
you.
you wanna let's see, because I do have the game.
Yeah, I think let's do
The
a game, man.
game. What else did I have before that?
Come on now, don't be shy.
Let's see.
Mm.
Okay, you want to play the game? We can do the game
Let's do it.
right now. So you have several things you'll have to pick from, but the first thing is you're gonna pick an animal. And what's funny is just yesterday you mentioned an animal that I wrote in this, and I didn't say anything to you, but it showed up in the game. Okay. So you have to pick an animal, so pick a number between 1 through 4.
3.
Oh, wolf. You had an option of a squirrel, a fox, a turtle, and a wolf.
But I remember I told you a story where I thought the squirrel was talking to me when I went to town,
The
and I knew it was going to be a long day.
Can I tell you, I think they're secretly psychotic, squirrels. I think they are. And we've underestimated how insane they are, but okay.
It was just his gesture was all over.
Well, can I tell you what did it for me? The day I realized squirrels are probably insane is when I was walking to my class and I saw a squirrel for no fucking reason. He tackled a clump of dirt and rolled down a hill with it. There was no reason for this. There's no reason for this. But anyway, okay, so you picked a wolf. It says, I'll never forget that. Okay.
I won't never forget you telling me that.
And you know, people were feeding those fucking things. Okay, anyway. A wolf.
It's great, man.
It says, highly intuitive and sensitive, you struggle with a changing world. Gosh, okay. Now, pick a lifestyle. So you gotta pick a number between 1 through 4.
4.
Troubled, it says troubled chameleon. You're like a chameleon. You seem to want the family life one day, then you want the drifter life the next day. The truth is, you're very conflicted. Prone to messy relationships and upheaval on account of your unpredictable actions. You're a wonderful person all in all, but just very lost.
It's very rude. You come to my house and say that.
Yeah, you know what was rude is when you brought that devilry on my mother when you said that.
Alright, so
You said
we're even now.
that
So we're
yeah,
even now.
that reptilian
One on
fucker
you and one on me.
was
So
gonna
we're
try and
even.
get
So
my mom.
one bad joke to another.
Yeah.
We're even.
Now
Are
you
we?
have
Are we
to.
even?
Now you have to pick one of 4 senses. So pick a number between 1 through 4.
2.
Ears. You could have picked eyes, ears, mouth, or nose. So you can hear when people are talking about you, as you tend to be very quiet. Not one to make a show of yourself. So you don't make a show of yourself.
I know that's hard to believe, but this is where I get to.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm blank,
Yeah.
and I'm just listening,
Yeah.
and I'm almost blind. So, but the thing is I can hear, but my ears are dude. That is I do be nowhere without my ears.
Right. So let's see.
This is getting interesting. What else you got? I see
So
those squirrels.
who you are, ultimately who you are, you have to pick a number between 1 through 4.
2.
A philanthropist. You're the one who keeps on giving, but be careful what you give. Gosh. Because that could be anything.
I like that quote.
Because you could be giving your soul, or you could
Yeah.
be something you could never get back. Yeah. Something that maybe you should hold on to.
Stared into the light. That's a bright
Stared
fucking
into the light?
No, I stared into it. That's a bright fucking light.
Granny
I gotta
Boots
look
came
at-
back.
I gotta look in this direction.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's 100 watts.
Yeah, but your Granny Boots came back, and that's the reason.
That was like a smack.
Yeah.
That was like a smack from the next level saying, "Get your shit together, boy." But don't shot.
Right.
They gonna put chips in you. Now I heard that shit. I mean, that's crazy.
All right.
I was warned about
so-
that shit before there was computers. Man.
Let's see.
We got Swiffer, this motherfucker. There's a fishing pole back there.
So
shit, we
let's-
ready for everything.
Let's see. I mean, think about this though. Think about what you picked. Okay, the wolf. Okay,
Let's go over.
highly intuitive and sensitive. It says you struggled with a changing world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you picked the troubled life. You're the troubled chameleon where you're conflicted. One day you want that family, the next day you're like, fuck it, I'm a drifter. So you're just,
Yeah.
would you say any of that might resonate with you?
It's all true. That's how I got here.
Really? Wow.
No, I mean, I drifted on and off so long. I mean, I've traveled so many states. I've seen a lot of places and done a lot of crazy
Yeah.
shit. But I wouldn't take it back for anything because
Right.
I used to, that's how I found Jack Kerouac once I was in Weehawken. And I
Right.
never heard of him before and I read On the Road and that's when I got real serious.
Right. Because you could have picked, do you want to hear what you could have picked? Other lifestyles? Big on family. You're one to marry quickly, which could certainly pose a problem, but ideally you want the wife and kids. You can't stand being alone. So you could have picked that, but that's not you. That's not you. Monogamous. You're searching or sought the right companion. That's all you ever wanted, is someone to share your life with. You could have chose that. You could have also chose the solitary, strictly solitary life. You prefer to go it alone. Relationships are trouble in your eyes. So you could have picked that too. But you're conflicted.
Wow.
You're a
I
chameleon.
don't know.
So am I.
I don't understand how anybody. You're not interesting to me if you're not conflicted.
I know, I am too.
Yeah. But you know, as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Right, yeah.
No, I say, man, I want to hear that shit.
Right, so
You know, it's always a good story.
I have
you
to
know?
say I can relate to you in being conflicted because I have a very solitary nature, but at the same time I could see myself having a family, but you know what scares me? I don't want to have a family with the wrong person. I don't want to be like with an abusive man and he
No,
hurts
absolutely
us.
not.
That bothers me. That scares me.
My
God.
biggest issue, I know our boy Marco.
Mhm.
That's what this. I'm a little messy.
Right.
Like I have a problem. Like I just have to have all my shit right here.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I always try to work on.
Mhm.
And it's like my car, dude. I'm always pissed off 'cause it's always fucked up, trashy. But it's like I live in it. It's a transport
You know
thing.
where everything is.
But the
yeah.
thing is it's just I'm constantly. I never
Right.
have time to clean. I never take time to clean it,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it drives me crazy.
Right, but you know where
Now in
everything
the
is.
house, we straighten up.
Right.
We have a day where we straighten things out, but in the car, it's never.
Isn't it?
And I'm just someday, I had to do. Oh shit, you better die.
I'm about
You
to
know,
do.
when I was a teenager, my car was so filthy. I was working in Winn-Dixie.
Mhm.
And man, this is when I was really starting my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Yeah.
out there, son. I
Right.
said, fuck education. I'm gonna read books and fuck the world.
Right.
But I'm working at Winn-Dixie. I need some money, to buy some weed,
Mhm.
And I'm gonna steal cigarettes and sell them.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been long enough. I can say that we stole a lot. 'Cause they didn't have cameras. They just had
Yeah.
cameras unplugged.
Right.
But I was smart enough to know that they wasn't even plugged in, and we took them for a lot. They actually shut down. Anyway, I remember it, man.
Right.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I talking about?
You're talking about your dirty car.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
pushed all my trash out of my car one day because it was so much, and it was my homework and all the shit, and it had my name all over it. And I used to be a garbage kid. I used to pull on the
Garbage
side
pail,
road,
baby.
and you know, a cop showed up at my school, and I got arrested because it was like a big fine, and I spent like 6 months community service. My whole summer I was picking up trash.
Yeah.
And they would leave me out in the middle of nowhere and say, we'll be back in an hour.
Oh god.
So I always carried a joint with me. So at least I could pick up trash while getting stuff.
Do you want to hear?
But man, it was a bitch, dude. I'm not, dude, they literally threw me out on the side of the road. And I had to bag, and they would come back in an hour.
Right.
They left me in the middle of nowhere
Oh
with
god.
bags,
Oh,
and I
god.
had to drag them.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fair.
Right.
It was fair.
Right.
But
It is.
I said,
Right.
as soon as they left, I went,
Ah.
and I was
God.
like, you start singing, you know?
Oh.
But, yeah, you gotta pay for your crime.
So do
It
you
was
want
sad.
to know what other animals? Know about the animals you could have chose other than the wolf?
What are the animals? An otter?
You could have chose a squirrel. One. It says you were full of spunk and deception, friendly but suspicious.
Nasty.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. Fox.
No, I know people like
I
that.
do too.
I know people.
Fox.
I don't trust
You are clever and sometimes rambunctious. It takes you a lot of time to warm up to others. You could have been the fox. You could have been the turtle. Nothing seems to bother you much. You're meditative and patient, not quick to jump to conclusions or make rash decisions.
You know, that's what I wish I could be.
I know,
But
but
I
that's
just,
not.
I can't, it's not in me, you know?
And then you got. You want to know the other senses you could have picked? What it says here? You want to hear about it?
But you know I do.
Because I have to write all this. So eyes.
Girl,
You could have picked
you
the.
know.
You picked the ears, but okay, so if you picked eyes, one. You're the kind who watches everyone. You learn very quickly. You could have picked the 3 mouth. You sometimes talk too much. As a result, you get on some people's nerves. But you didn't pick that.
That probably
And then,
would've.
well,
probably
so
would've.
do I. I do too, but nose.
To be honest with
You
you.
could have went with the nose. You're almost more animal and less human. It's strange how you can smell even the slightest change in a person's mood. You often seem standoffish, but that's because you're careful about your next move.
This is the end of the game.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it isn't,
Oh,
because
shit.
we have to go
Back
through
up.
the
Okay, never mind. Hang
who
on.
you are.
I was just taking. I was taking.
You
a
have
risk.
to go through the who you
No.
are part. Okay.
I was taking a
So-
risk. I thought I had something going.
You picked 2, the philanthropist. But if you picked 1, you're a total dick. It says,
No.
not many like you, and not many are like you. Choose your company wisely. So you could have went with that.
Don't do that.
And then 3, you could have been the hermit and explorer. Although you stay to yourself, you're awfully charming and fun to talk to, as you have many stories both harrowing and funny. So you could have been the hermit explorer, or you could have went with 4, the entertainer. You could have went with the entertainer. You are the life of the party, and you get the biggest laugh in the room. But sadly, people don't always know when you're serious or just up to your silly antics. So I could see that. Like, do you know how many people? Like, no, but do you know? Listen, but do you know? Hey, come here now. Let's come back. Let's come. Bring it back down. Listen here. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Come on, we're on time here. As he
I got a lot.
okay,
Just
I
to
know.
let you know, I got like, I don't know, 4 pages.
But one person I can
I don't
relate to this would be, think of the actor Will Ferrell. Do you know how many people would never take him seriously because of all the roles he's played as being the funny guy? Do you know how many people would probably never take him seriously? But he's a real man. You know, he's got
I
problems too.
have a thing called the fairy.
The fairy? What's
Yeah,
that?
I don't even know what it is.
Is it a poem?
I don't know. I don't remember writing it, but it's sitting there.
Okay.
And these are my notes.
That's cool.
In the fairy,
We let it all go wild. What you're missing, what you're seeing, I may have been losing my mind, and the reason why may the fairy set sail. We may just let it set fire. I just might be dying. Easy nights, and the reason been losing my mind. Why do they still take the goddamn ferry? In the ferry, we let it go. Wild like queens on some girl's night out, easy on the cocaine. Wild like fairies.
You have beautiful eyes. I like that. That's hot.
I don't.
I like that.
I don't know. It's something like that.
Right, but it kind of reminds me of well, the first thing that came to my mind is the wildness. Like, we have this innate wildness within us. Even people that you look at and you think would never be wild, we have that. Like, and you can call it your demons or whatever, but we have that. We all have that in us. But I'd like to argue that even though people call those demons, that to me is more or less the driving force for why we live this life. I think if you didn't have those demons and you didn't have that wildness and you didn't act out every now and then, you didn't act a little crazy or funny, then life wouldn't be worth living. It would be very boring.
Why are we here?
Right. Yeah, what is our purpose? That's the thing I always think about. Like, everyone has a purpose.
I mean, I want to
Yeah.
ask, why are we here?
Why are we here?
And
Well,
I'm not here to
right.
buy fucking groceries.
No,
I'm
not
not
at all.
here
We're not here
to
for that.
fucking
You know,
work 8 hours a day. That's not my purpose. But
No.
I mean, we do these things to get by, but I don't know why.
right.
When I just want to stare at the sky, and
Yeah.
I mean, I just like to think. But
Yeah.
you know, I ask that, and
Yeah.
it would drive you insane. So I just,
Right.
so every night I just say, what the fuck? You know,
Right.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, sure. But there's a purpose in everything.
There is. Yeah.
So you know, you can't get too crazy with it. You
Right.
fucking work, goddammit.
Right.
I don't mind. Fuck, I like working. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I love
Yeah.
it. It's my exercise.
Yeah.
I love it. I love labor.
It's fun. Yeah.
But I just don't like it when it gets mental and I come home. And I was talking to you about this. I said, remember when I used to work hard, the good days, but I actually still would play piano, play guitar, and have energy to write. But I come
Right.
home soulless,
I know.
5 days a week, and that's when I know I'm working too hard.
Yeah.
But you know, but it's not the physical work; it's the mental stupidity of it all
Right.
that bothers me because it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But you gotta, hey, they feeding me.
Right.
But I do that to fund what we do here, and
Right.
people to get the magazines. You know, all that money goes into that,
Right.
and it's a pure joy.
It is. It
That is
is.
the work I like to
Yeah,
do. But
it's
one
fun.
day, my
Yeah.
my fairy will sell.
Yeah. I have one question. I didn't get to do this. It wasn't really part of the game. It's like an offshoot, I guess. All you have to do is pick a lucky number. So if you pick a number between 1 through 4, I'll give you a number. I'll give you a number.
I'm picking one.
1 through 4.
3.
You gotta pick it. Okay, 3. Alright, 4. So you could have picked 38, 16, or 26, but you picked 4. That is interesting, and we know about that number. We actually know about that number. We don't even have to look that up. But what I was about to do is once you pick this number, I would look it up later in numerology and tell you what that means for you.
If you tell me a number, I might get that.
Yeah, but 4.
Yeah, I already know about 4.
That's a powerful number, yeah,
No.
it is. Ties into 22, which is considered one of the most powerful numbers, 22. 2 and 2 make 4, yeah. It's a combination of
Yeah.
it's a powerful number. It's a number of stability. Also, depending on the cultural perspective, in some cultures it's lucky, in others it's unlucky. So, such as in Japan, it literally translates into Shinu, death, or Shi, death. So 4 is one of the numbers for that.
The horror of it all. You thought anal beads felt bad. Wait till no one wants to hear you talk about life. I had someone I worked with ask about how they should use a ladder. Yes, I'm a little rude. Get some crypto, fuck yourself, and go to hell. The trend, I will be fishing mercury poisoned lakes. That is why we don't read shit that we didn't read over before we. It was a wild night.
You know what's funny though? You brought this to my attention one time, and like I said, I think it ties into the number you picked, because I think you kind of pick your destiny when you pick your number. It's death. But you said, why do I always end up on burial grounds? Because we live
everywhere I've
on a
ever
Native,
lived,
a Native American burial ground.
Like, you know why?
You always pick death.
That's because it's cheap housing. You know,
Right.
It's just because it's cheap.
Nobody wants to live.
Nobody wants to live there.
there,
I'm like,
no.
I'll fucking live there. Shit.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, because, you know, people scared to go. Shit. I need some company.
I need some company.
Because
Yeah.
I'm alone. I don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah.
I swear to God, it is nothing to me. I don't even freak out. I don't even think it's interesting. But I would tell you right now. You know the end of that show, them, or the thing
Right.
comes up, I've actually seen that kind of shit.
Oh yes.
But I was so
Yes.
casual that I scared them.
Mhm.
But I grew up around weird shit like that. But I've always been
Right.
haunted. But I don't.
Yeah.
I don't react to it. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-mm.
It's just.
And you know, like sometimes you both
like I
want to
said,
have
I don't
fun.
give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what you doing, motherfucker?
Right.
Ooh, yeah, fuck you.
And
Like,
yeah,
I will hit
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I
But
will punch you in the fucking face. If I'm going to take a piss and you're going like if I see
Right.
Shadow Man, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. I hope you know
Right.
I'm gonna kill you.
yeah.
It's you or me, bitch. What's it gonna be? But that's why we don't have no problems. Like, yeah, what's up? And that's it. I mean, but I've seen shit, but I just
Right.
have no. It's when
No.
you. It's like it doesn't bother.
No, it doesn't bother me either.
Because like I said,
No.
anything that comes at me, we gonna have a fight.
Right.
I don't care. I'm a kamikaze. But as long as nobody's coming, you know, I don't. I used to be so. When I was younger, I used to be afraid of the dark.
Right.
Because I was afraid.
Yeah.
But when I got that attitude,
Yeah.
it's like you callous it off.
Right.
And then you're like, you know what, bitch, today's the day.
Can I tell you
You
something?
know?
Yeah.
And I was like learning martial
I don't-
arts. I'm like, I'm gonna kill this.
I don't know
motherfucker.
if you picked up on the joke that I told you one day, but I said, you know what is really scary? It's not Marilyn Manson or somebody like that who tries to purposely shock you. The person who would scare me the most is your Granny Boots.
Really?
Because that lady, no, it's a joke. She's not scary, but
No.
but you know what scares me
Thing
is
she was
how,
telling me like, hey, you better.
like you said,
She
that
said
lady
you better
would walk
it
in a
was basically,
room.
You better watch his wife.
Right.
I swear to
But-
God. it
but-
was-
She would part the fucking waters. Nothing is gonna get to that woman because she has a pure heart.
And you know, I would love that.
She had a pure heart.
I would
yeah.
love that, but why she
Yeah,
loved
like-
me is because I would tell her, I am
Right.
different.
Like
I
demons
just
would
can't.
run.
I just can't. But she liked the fact I was
Right.
honest and said I just can't do it. My whole life. She
Right.
said, "You know you're going to hell, right?" And I said, "I know,
Right.
I know." But I said I have to be this way
Right.
because I'm an.
I love
I
it,
told her I
though.
said I'm an animal.
Yeah.
And I wish I could.
Me too.
But you know what I wish most of my life? I wish I
Right.
could have been like her, but there's something in me I cannot stop.
I know.
And it's
Right.
poetry,
Right.
but I can't. It's just I can't stop.
Right, but it's someone who is so sweet she could banish
But
demons.
she was beautiful.
She
man.
could banish demons. That's
She
scary to
could
me.
banish demons, and she tried
Right.
to banish my
I
demons,
love
and I
it.
said, "Don't come near me, you woman."
Aw.
And I remember I took
Yeah.
mescaline. She just showed up and put her hand on my
Yeah,
head, and I
that's-
throw it up in a garbage can.
Something
And
to
she
think
talked
about.
in tongues,
Yeah.
and I fucking ripped my balls off.
I love
And she sat there and talked to me the
That's
whole
cool.
time.
Man,
and I
that's-
told her I still can't accept. Even in a trip, I said, I can.
You know,
I always said I can, but I listened to the stories. But she would talk
Right.
in tongues and hold
Yeah.
her hand. But I mean, it was
Right.
hypnotic, and I still would shake my head. I said no.
yeah,
And I was always the one that said
yeah.
no.
She's
But I respect.
yeah, you know,
I respect that love so much. I wish I could
Right.
be that way, but I said I cannot.
Right.
And I said I have
Yeah.
to go to hell.
That's
fucking crazy.
yeah, you know,
But you know, she loved
she's
the fact I said no.
she's a real OG, you know. She really
She
is.
was beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, the most beautiful woman I've ever met. Man,
Oh.
Tommy was the most luckiest man
Yeah.
in the world. I mean, she was one of a kind.
Hell yeah, because I mean, how many people have that kind of courage and determination?
Yeah. Man, I mean, I'm serious.
They don't.
I'm serious.
They don't come like that.
She was an angel.
Yeah, they don't come like you said. I'm an angel one time. You
Damn
said
right.
that. You
Damn
said that's
right you are.
funny. But sometimes I feel like a bastard.
It's holla at your boy. Get the 20-cent raise. Making their family dollar money. Cheap shoes and dirty bitches. Who knows a voice when you got a this clean Honda spoiler attracted pimp alert.
Pimp alert. Pimp alert.
I like that. I didn't know I was gonna do it like that.
That
but I
is
just went into
really
it.
hot.
Ah, dude, that was a good one.
That's
That was a
hot.
good one. I was been on a roll.
I'm pretty sure that if I get up from the seat, there's gonna be like a puddle of cum. That was.
That night,
I'm
guys,
just kidding. That's
that was out
funny.
of nowhere. That was
That's
out of
funny.
nowhere. I don't even remember. I just went into it.
I love it.
I got a whoosh.
What the hell is that? What the? Did he do that?
Get out! Hey, baby.
Let me inform
Take
you.
you for a ride. Remember when you could
It is.
watch Rotten Corn when people were online that they were really there looking at God knows what. Eat fish heads and sheep with your eyes open.
That's all.
Okay,
that's all I
Mr.
got. Now it's just random conversation. You got anything else? That's it.
We are
That's
at 48:52.
That's all kind of
Okay.
madness I wrote last night.
Okay. Do you have a piano piece?
Do you got? Do I got a piano piece?
Yeah. Do you? I have a question. Yeah. Yeah. Where?
What? Do I?
You better turn that little chair around.
Do you have any
Yeah.
questions or any notes? Anything to say? You got anything?
I don't have dick.
You mean the piano?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
mean
just-
this thing? Hang
you
on,
better
hang
turn
on.
your
Everybody
little
get,
seat
everybody,
around.
hey, nobody get crazy.
That's because you broke your bench.
Look, we knew it was gonna happen. I'm sorry, excuse me. I've been sitting in a weird position.
David Graham. Tune in next week,
Bitches.
bitches.
How about that?